Hi and welcome to this interview. My name's Neil Robson and I'm a director in the partnership recruitment team. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Natalie Cheesman today, and I'm going to be talking to her a little bit about how she transitioned her mortgage business into one of a financial advising business. Now, what qualifies me to talk to a brilliant mortgage advisor about their journey into one of financial advising? Previously to joining St James's Place, I myself was also a mortgage advisor, and I also had the opportunity to work for a number of lenders, including working for a couple of networks as well. This has allowed me to have a deeper understanding over what might be going through a mortgage advisor's mind when reaching out to offer more holistic advice to the clients that they've built up over many years. So, Natalie, thank you for joining me today. It's lovely to have you here. Before we dive into the interview, could you perhaps tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes, of course. Okay, so with me, I'd been running a mortgage and protection business prior to joining St James's Place as a partner for the last 15 years. With my father at the beginning and the last 3 years by myself. So we'd spent the last 15 years building up a really good client bank. And, these clients would come back, they trusted us, getting referrals, recommendations, and I loved it. I really, really enjoyed the role. I never set out to be a mortgage and protection advisor. I was always very ambitious, and I went to university. I did a law degree with tax, and then I went into work as a tax advisor, which all these different strings to my belt kind of really helped me in my role as doing mortgages and protection. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. But I did feel a sense of limitation. Like I knew and I felt I wanted to do more to help our clients.
Okay, that's it. So, and thank you for that, because it's funny, you don't always set out
No.
particularly what you want to do. And my father worked in the mortgage industry, and I had aspirations of being a professional rugby player, yet I followed into the mortgage world. So I understand what you mean. But just on that point around that you felt that you had aspirations to do more for your clients, what was the tipping point that made you think, right, that's it, I'm gonna add more value to my clients?
It was definitely when one of our clients um, is a partner for St James's Place. Okay, and she has been for many years. And I've kind of watched her journey. Obviously, I've been doing her mortgages for the last 10 years. And about a couple of years ago, had a meeting with her about one of her mortgages. And just started talking to her about her role and what financial advice actually meant to her clients. And it became very apparent that there was a real link between the two roles. I mean, yes, I'd help someone to buy their first home, but then it kind of stopped there and it was very transactional. Yet she was able to kind of look at how they could start saving for their child to go to university, or how they can start planning for their retirement. And all of a sudden it became pretty clear that, gosh, this is a role I could definitely do 100%, and I could add so much more value to my clients. I went about talking to her about the exams I'd need to do, and she pointed me in the direction of the St James's Place Academy.
That segues me brilliant into another question, which is, I've got a lot of friends that are still mortgage advisors, and their experience right now is feel that perhaps they are limited by their offering, and in a world where they want to do more for their clients to keep their clients, they are looking at other opportunities themselves. In the world where you were running your mortgage business, did you start to see this happen more and more?
Yes, definitely. Especially a couple of years ago when interest rates started to move up. The buying and selling market was starting to slow down. And as a mortgage advisor, there is that frustration that sets in because you you can help them with their protection and their mortgages, but it's a case of if people are not buying and people are not selling, there's not a lot you can do about that. And it's a case of being limited in the products you're able to offer. And that was really kind of, I really did feel that.
It's interesting you use the word frustration because you're so reliant on other people in that process chain of getting a mortgage. You do everything you can do. You mentioned the interest rates. You're beholden to other people making decisions that are out of your control necessarily. And I suppose one of the questions that I'd love to ask is, when you're engaging with that St James's Place partner, what was it that perhaps you opened your eyes to go, I am going to go and explore that academy with St James's Place?
I think it was really the fact that with our own client bank, we'd really got to know, hundreds of clients really, and their families over the past 15 years. And just the opportunity there was there, and the opportunity we were missing out on, having spoken to the St James's Place partner and listening to the services she was able to offer these clients, it really was clear to me that, this really is something I should be doing. It's really something we should be doing. We should be able to sit down with someone and look at the big picture, like not just looking at the house they're looking at buying, looking at their family, looking at the bigger picture. Where do they want to get to? What are their goals? And why should they have 2 and 3 advisors? Why should they have a mortgage advisor and a financial advisor? Why can't I be everything to them?
I think, thank you. So it's a great answer, because I've seen, and you would have absolutely experienced, that fluctuating mortgage market can dictate so much to you, not only to your client, but potentially your income streams as well. Was that ever a factor in your decision making?
Yes. Yes, it was, to be completely honest with you. I've always been a very ambitious person. My family is everything to me. And, like every mother or father, I'd love to be able to give the kids a wonderful life. I love traveling. So I do love to go and explore different countries and places. It all comes with a cost. And having that financial stability is so important to all of us.
You're right, and I completely concur with you. Is there a danger slightly when people look potentially as mortgage individuals as salespeople? When I was a mortgage advisor, I was often judged as just another salesperson, and I'm only doing it for the income. And if you're looking to diversify your business into giving perhaps more holistic advice, were you ever concerned how you would have been viewed by your clients in doing that?
No, to be honest, I wasn't. Just because I've never been, how can I say it? I mean, every service business, there is an element of sales to it. However, I've always been there for clients, and I've never kind of charged separately for my time or anything like that. And they felt really comfortable to come to me and to seek advice. And I felt by being able to offer a bigger offering, it would just give them more of an opportunity to educate them as well. And I think that's so important to be able to help and educate the clients to actually doing the right thing to save for their future.
Again, I couldn't agree with you more. And I think that it's lovely to hear that the client is what's important in all this. You're a professional and you need to earn an income for all your traveling. I understand that. And for your own family, importantly. And since you have transitioned across into unlocking more wealth opportunities for your clients and running your wealth business now, what have your clients seen from that?
The clients have, I think they really, really found it beneficial, to be honest with you. I mean, just for an example, when I first came out of the academy, I sat down with a client. I would have just been able to help them buy their first home. Now, this particular client, yes, we looked at the protection needs, which I would have been able to do before, but we also, they had 2 children, 2 young children. We also looked at starting saving for their kids to go to university. We also looked at like their own savings and to help them make those savings grow better for them. We also looked at what retirement provisions they had. They didn't know how much they had. And I was able to kind of educate them and open kind of cash flow modeling to them, and that they were able to actually visualize what their future looks like. And I feel that, I mean, by doing this, I mean, they were overwhelmed. They were so happy that all of a sudden the offering had completely expanded. And yeah, they were kind of, they recommended me to their friends, which was really, really kind of them.
No better source of marketing than a referral. But it lends itself to an interesting point. Mortgage advisors or mortgage businesses can sometimes feel that the clients that they've painstakingly built up aren't a potential for wealth opportunities or more holistic advice, or they can't see those opportunities. With your client bank, how did you overcome that?
I literally, whenever I do have clients call and say, oh, can you help me with my remortgage? Because that's what I've been known for the last 15 years. My initial conversation with them is, yes, of course, I'd be delighted to. Can I also say that I can now help you with all these other areas as well? So please, let's sit down. Let's just have a chat, talk about everything, look at the bigger picture. And I mean, they are really open to it, and they're really, I mean, these are clients that have come back every couple of years when their product needs reviewing, and to be able to sit down with me and there be other potential areas, it's been really welcoming.
Okay. So you never felt that the client bank that you had and had built up with your father for so long didn't lend itself to talking about other opportunities for them to educate them and provision for the future as well?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. They've been the odd client that has said, no, I just want the mortgage.
Okay.
Because mortgages are very transactional.
They are.
And that's absolutely fine. That's fair enough. And with those clients, because they've been past clients, I've said, that's fine. We'll just look over all these other areas and just like cross them off, tick them off, make sure I've covered everything that I need to for my compliance purposes, but have not been, I'm not been pushy, not forced them into looking at anything they don't want to look at. That's fine.
Okay. And again, so if we talk about the transactional relationship with your clients, with your customers, you go from the one mortgage to the next or the next protection. So was it a consideration then when looking to move into offering or unlocking more opportunities for clients around a dip in income potentially? Because if you're doing mortgages constantly and you've got to go and look to do something else, a pension, an investment, for instance, you could find potentially your income does drop.
Yes.
Was that a worry?
It was at first.
Okay.
I did foresee this happening, and I did have savings put aside to cover this. And that is what I would probably recommend to anyone thinking of making the move, is just to have a little pot of savings, just to cover that transition across to a new network, to new products, but just until you get on your feet.
Yeah.
But then once you're on your feet, really don't worry,
Okay. That's interesting. And I suppose it's interesting because your decision was then to say, right, I think I can do this. I've got the client bank, but now I need to start with the academy.
Do the qualifications first.
Oh, you did do the qualifications first. What made you do that? What made you want to go and do the qualifications on your own and not use the opportunity that St James's Place offer?
Because with the opportunity offered by St James's Place, amazing opportunity. However, I had to keep running this mortgage business.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to do the two.
Nice.
In which case, I just thought, do you know what? I have to go for it. I can't put this off any longer. So I signed up. It was literally a couple of weeks after speaking to this partner with St James's Place. So I have to go for it. And I did think, okay, how am I going to fit in the studying? Because it would take about a year or 9 months to do the qualifications whilst I was running the business. And a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights doing the study. And after I qualified, I think it was before the last exam, I did my research, got in touch with the academy,
Okay.
the recruitment team.
So just whilst touch on, how long does it take you to get your exams to become diploma qualified?
Probably about 9 months.
Okay.
Now you could do it a lot quicker, but however, I was running the business at the same time.
Okay. Well done. I know that we've talked about work-life balance in previous conversations, and it's not really work-life balance, is it?
No.
We talk about work-life integration. You're trying to run a business, look after your family, and take exams.
Yeah.
Did that take its toll?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you do have to be dedicated.
Yeah.
I had a goal, and I'm the type of person that when I set myself a goal, I just go for it. And it was a case of setting that alarm clock, early mornings, get some study in, lunchtime study in, evening study, and that carried on for about 9 months until I'd done it.
Well done on passing all those exams whilst running a business and a family. So if we bring you up to joining the academy, talk us through a little bit about what the academy was like.
The academy was really good. I think on the academy, I was one of the only ones who was still kind of working
Okay.
whilst doing the academy. Obviously, I needed to work in my own time because as part of joining the academy, I had to commit 100%. But no, I mean, yes, the exams gave me the theory, but obviously having the theory is one thing, but knowing how to conduct a meeting, knowing all the areas to explore, what makes a good financial advice meeting, these were the techniques and skills I learned in the academy.
That's interesting because you were already brought up some brilliant skills, clearly, to build such a fantastic mortgage business. So the support that you got in the academy during your time with them and then after, what did that look like?
The support during the academy, I mean, the learning was fantastic. The learning of the soft skills, the hard skills. They brought in experts to help us learn how to sit properly, do body language. They brought in LinkedIn experts. They brought marketing experts in. There's a real drive to make you succeed and to help you succeed, which I really loved. And anything, any question you had, they would be there to answer. So the academy was great, but I think the real support was when I came out of term 2.
Okay.
Because I think up until when I came out of term 2, then all the kind of the action started. I was in front of live clients and I had to know how to process business, learn all new systems. But I mean, I was given an ADM, Zakia, who has been absolutely incredible. So just someone to kind of talk through cases with.
Okay.
To make sure that I'm giving them the right advice and the best advice, to talk cases through. And I was also given an ASM, Victoria, who is amazing at helping me with the processing of the business. Because you can just come out of the academy and think, okay, now I have a piece of business. How am I going to process this? But it's just having someone on the line to guide you through, making you sure you're doing the right thing, not making mistakes. So, yeah, having the support of those two in particular has been amazing.
Good. So the academy, thumbs up.
Oh, yes, certainly. When I think back, I did my duty. I had a good look around what would be the right network for me. There there wasn't another network out there that offered anything like the Academy.
Okay. Well, thank you for saying that. I suppose what I'm interested in is you've now been running your own business within St James's Place, offering a multitude of disciplines here. Have you, and this is a bit of a personal question, but have you found your income since leaving the academy?
Well, okay, to be completely honest,
Yeah.
because now the products are so diversified that I'm able to advise on, the income stream is a lot better. And I think I already had a goal in mind of what I would want it to build up to, and it's heading that way. And I'm really happy and I'm pleased, and I can feel the business growing. And yeah, I'm really happy.
Okay. Well, again, I'm really pleased for you. Thank you. I know how hard you work at keeping your business to continue growing. Most importantly, putting your clients first. But again, you do this for your family. You mentioned that earlier on in our conversation. So what is your goal with this business at St James's Place? What are you looking to achieve?
I'm looking to achieve, I'd love to bring another advisor on towards the end of this year.
Okay.
Another female, hopefully. Not that I've got anything,
No,
against males. No, I'd love to have another female advisor to work with and to look after our client base and to be able to build that up, because I had 1,200 clients in the mortgage and protection business. I think in the last 6-7 months, I've perhaps gone through and helped about 70 or 80. So there's an awful lot of clients to be able to talk to and to help them with everything, really. I'm really lucky in that my husband works in the business as well, and he helps with the processing, the administration, and the marketing. He's brilliant at sales and he loves marketing. I think working together, we'll be able to build a really, really solid, successful business. And it's just so important to me to have that reputation in our community, as to be trusted, somewhere to go for anyone to seek financial advice, and to, yeah, and I mean the recommendations are amazing.
Well,
They speak for themselves, and I feel like we're doing well.
Fantastic to hear, and great that aspirationally you're looking to get another advisor on already. I suppose for me, if there are mortgage businesses and mortgage advisors listening to this interview, they could have some concerns. Perhaps my clients aren't right for wealth opportunities, or I can't diversify and take that risk of moving into something slightly different, albeit in financial services. What would you say to those individuals that may be considering this for their clients?
I would say not every client is going to be the right wealth client, but I think you'd find a vast majority of clients would be, or maybe their parents would be, or maybe their brother or sister would be. Funnily enough, when I came out of term 2, I kind of thought that it would be a really good idea to seek a relationship or an introducer agreement with a firm of mortgage advisors.
Okay.
Just because I felt that potentially I may be having a lot of mortgage work coming in, and maybe there will be those clients that were not open to the whole wealth opportunity financial advice. And I did create an agreement with a firm who, they're just so lovely. There's a team of about 6 or 7 mortgage advisors, and we've set up an agreement whereby if they have mortgage and protection clients who they see an opportunity for wealth, pensions, investments, or retirement planning, they will introduce me to them, and vice versa. If I get clients who just want that mortgage transaction and that's it, I can send it to them. And what's become very apparent is in the last 3-4 months, I think we've had probably about 16 referrals across from them. And which really does tell you that mortgage and protection advisors, there are opportunities there in their client bank for wealth.
That begs a question for me: is have you helped them your own or with the support of St James's Place, find those opportunities within their business?
Yes. No, we when we first set up this agreement, I went over to their offices. I go and see them once a month, give them a little bit of training in the type of questions to ask for, or what could be of interest to a certain client, and they found that really helpful. We've had social events together as well, which has also helped with the relationship, with the working relationship. I think with relationships like this, you need to keep communication going.
Yeah.
I send them a spreadsheet once a week to let them know how the leads are going, how the discussions are going with their clients, and it's working really well.
Brilliant. Maybe one of them might be your future financial advisor.
You never know.
So if you were talking to a mortgage business now, or they asked you what was your journey like into wealth, or exploring how they might diversify their business, what would you say to those that are maybe on a tipping point of doing this?
I would say, if you're really thinking for it, go for it. Because personally, it was the best move I ever made. I know I had one really, really hard year to get here, but if you can just put your head down and go for it, you would be so happy you did. Because it's, as a job role, it's 10 times more rewarding. Personally,
Okay.
It's just so rewarding being able to educate and advise and to help. Not only have I made a difference to our clients, personally, going through all those qualifications and learning financial advice, it's made a huge difference to us as a family. Because I never, I never had a financial advisor.
Right.
But really, I wish I'd known what I know now 20 years ago.
It's an interesting question for anyone watching this interview. Do they have their own financial advisor?
Definitely.
If not, there's one here.
Exactly.
Natalie, if you were to do this again, this journey, what would you do differently?
What would I do differently? If I could do it sooner, I would have done. But there we go. I think I was very apprehensive about the role, and coming out and thinking, okay, how can I do this straight away? But I needn't have been, because the support is unbelievable. And if I'd known then that, like, for every different product area, there is someone I can call. There's a specialist on hand to take me through, yes, this is the right thing, or this is what you need to do, or just to talk everything through. The support is out of this world. Just amazing.
I'm just going to delve into that a little bit more, because support is a word that's bandied around a lot from lots of organisations that feel like they help you and offer you. What does support mean to you, and what evidence have you had from St James's Place and the Academy with your new business?
Support means someone being there for you, not just like 9 to 5, and then it gets 5 o'clock and then there's no one there to help you. I've had times where my ADM has given me a call back at, in the evening, or been there for me before when I'm about to go into a meeting and I just went to run a couple of things past her, or the processing side of things. I'm not sure, am I doing this correctly? And there's someone there. Retirement planning and things like that's been a new area of advice for me, and I needn't have to have had that apprehension, because there is a specialist at the other end of the line that is so forthcoming and helpful, and they don't make you feel like you're new, because in this industry it's ever changing, so there are changes happening all the time, and you can't remember every single thing. That's literally not possible. So to have experts and to have like mezzanines where you can book on and talk cases through, it's just amazing. Really, really is amazing.
I think you mentioned change. Change is a certainty, isn't it? It's consistent, certainly in our industry, but it's how we adapt to that. and it feels like you've adapted really well. So what does the future hold for Natalie Cheesman, her family and her business?
Well, like you say about change, I mean, even what seems little now was huge at the time. I mean, changing the company's name. I mean, we decided on the new name for the company, White Lined House Wealth Management, because it's the name of our house.
Right.
And we wanted to, it's in the heart of a village, and we wanted to be at the heart of the community. And that was really important to us. I have a lovely office in the garden that I love working from, and it's kind of my little like safe place. And I've just brought into the business an administrative girl, which is lovely to be able to employ someone in the village. So I think with me, the future is building this business with the support of my family, especially my husband. He's been absolutely amazing. And to build it up together and to be able to, to have the flexibility. I mean, that's another thing with having your own business. You do have the flexibility, which is another reason why I'd like to bring in another advisor later in the year. But to just continue to grow and to learn. I think I've learned so much since coming out of term 2. It was all daunting when I came out, and now it's like I feel confident. I got CAS status quite quickly, which was fantastic, and it gave me the confidence I needed.
I mean, well done on getting CAS so quickly. I was part of that journey with you a little bit, and I could see it. And it's lovely how you talk about your clients being the heart of the village, offering them or wanting to do so much more for your clients, not just from ensuring that they're in the right products and services, but you're educating them as well.
Yeah.
And that does really, really help. So just as we draw this interview to a close, and I'll re-ask this question, but perhaps in a slightly different way. For those that are watching this, what 3 things would you say to someone that's looking at doing this, that now you've been on this journey and you're giving full financial advice to your clients, what 3 things would you say to them to consider when embarking on this journey?
I would consider 1, being able to put the work in. Give yourself a good year to do those qualifications.
Yeah.
And to just realize that it will take a good year, and to have a bit of savings put aside, and just to really to go for it. Because at the end of the day, this really is going to be the real way to grow your business. And to be able, I mean, the opportunity is there. If you have mortgage and protection clients, the opportunity is there for wealth clients, because you'd be absolutely surprised at the number of clients, of people that do not have financial advisors. And they may not know it, but they do need financial advice. I bet if you ask anyone, do you know what you've got for retirement? And they just say, well, I've been paying into this pension through work. But it's a case of, do they know? Do they know if they're going to be okay? Can they retire at 65 or the cost of universities? Just there's so many different areas, and it's a fantastic move. And I think if you've got the drive and you want to do more for your family and to create a good life, it's definitely worth making the move.
Yeah, because I think that you mentioned the word earlier, mortgage businesses are transactional. Bringing something in where you service the clients annually and getting rewarded for it allows you to build up some capital value.
Yes.
And I think you'll know in the future you'll have something, I believe, that you can pass on or sell on to your children, or perhaps that new advisor that you want to bring on in the future.
Completely. I mean, by just having the mortgage and protection business, that wouldn't have been the case.
And we are living longer.
We are living longer.
And we're going to need to provision for that.
Definitely.
So I wish you all the well for the future. Although people say you make your own luck, I know how hard you work and how driven you are. Thank you for today, Natalie. I wish you and your business all the best for the future, and indeed working with you as well. I'd like to end by saying that if any of today's interview resonated with you as a business owner or as a mortgage advisor, and are open-minded enough to have a conversation about how you may be able to unlock the opportunities within your client bank, please do get in contact with us below. We've got a huge amount of experience in helping individuals from a mortgage and protection background transition and align with St James's Place, ensuring that the business that they've built today in a mortgage world can grow into one where they truly offer all the opportunities to their clients and build something for the future. Thank you very much.